Hi guys, Big Monday here, and today I have another coaching video for you. This one's a Rubik. This was a Reddit request by GJTobi, and today I'm going to make this one a little bit different because this is a low MMR coaching game, and with Rubik, I think after looking at some of the games, I'm either going to cover stuff that I could just cover on any hero with just any support hero with a disable, or I'm going to cover stuff that's well above the skill bracket this is in, and it's going to be stuff that's not really going to make that much difference. So, because basically every single game, if I switch to looking at your Dota buff, you see you had a really bad streak with Rubik for a little while, and I don't think that's necessarily down to individual play, any particular play you made in the game. That was all down to, I could have decided that on the pick screen. Every single one of these matches I could have predicted on the pick screen. So I think that's more down to drafting. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to draft for Rubik in low MMR. Now it's going to be slightly different than in high MMR. There is a couple of spells you really want to look out for. They're the ones, if you go and watch any Rubik guide, they're really going to focus on these. That's Enigma's Black Hole and it's Tidehunter's Ravage. They're two amazing spells to look out for. Another good one is Chronosphere. The downside to Chronosphere is you can place it badly. The trick with a Chronosphere, what you usually want to do, instead of using it like Faceless Void Wood and placing it on top of yourself, you want to use your extra range, because you've usually got an Aether Lens, place it way behind the enemy team. So you've got this one guy at the front who you can then kill happily because all his mates are in the bubble, and then you can deal with them afterwards. So it's an AoE stun for, I think it's 4.
I am the Elder One.
It's an AoE stun for 5 seconds, but rather than casting it on yourself, make sure it's like Miles at the back, and just bear in mind that Faceless Void himself will still be able to run around in it. So it's good to isolate his team, but it's not good to try and cast it on yourself. Don't do that. Okay, CM's ult is another good one. That can be quite difficult to get off though, unless you've got like BKB Glimmer Cape. Death Prophet's ult is a pretty amazing one, but the thing is, at low skill MMR, your problem is not going to be picking the right ult. Your problem is going to be reliably getting a good spell. See, the thing is, like Pudge, for example, you're going to want to steal Hook. We've all seen Rubik steal Hook. It's great when you steal it. Everyone's seen those games where Rubik steals Hook. You hook this one guy out. You blow him up. Everything's good. But the trouble with stealing Hook is, one, you need to be able to know.
Your end comes.
Okay. One, you need to be able to know how to use the hook, which unless you practice Pudge, you're not going to be good with a hook. And secondly, it's really easy to make sure you can't steal Hook, because you can just hook and then double rot, and you can't steal it anymore. So what we're going to look at is heroes where even if you don't steal the amazing spell, you still get a good one. And what we want to look at here is Disablers and Nukers. Now Lion gets a special mention here because he's the only hero in the game that's a 3-star in both. If you get Lion's ult, Lion's ult is pretty insane. It's if you've got a Scepter, which you should be looking to get as a Rubik, that's over 1,000 damage and then a big AoE as well. So that's pretty incredible to get. But the thing with Lion is, even if you just get the mana drain, which is arguably the worst thing you could get as a Rubik, that's still going to be good for you. I mean, one problem you might have is if you have a long fight and you steal a lot of spells, you might start running out of mana. So that can kind of plug the gap for you. If you get a Hex, that's still a 4-second disable, cycle to steal a new spell. If you get an Earth Spike, it's an AoE disable, so that's all pretty solid. You can always steal something good from Lion. So what we're going to want you to do is, on the pick screen, you're going to look at Nukers and Disablers, and what you're going to look for is heroes that got at least 3 stars between Nuker and Disabler. So the most common we're going to look at is ones that have 1 star in Nuker and 2 star in Disables, or 2 levels in Nuker and 1 level in Disable. So let's talk about a few of these. Tiny. Okay, so Tiny doesn't really. You don't really think naturally, oh, I want to steal from Tiny, because he's not got great spells to steal, but you pretty much know what you're going to get from Tiny, because his combo is always going to be avalanche into toss. You're always going to steal toss. You know what you're going to get. So if you get a good situation where you want to throw your axe in to initiate, you know you can reliably get something from there. Sand King, everything you get from Sand King is amazing. Literally everything. If you steal Epicenter, that's amazing, massive damage. If you steal Sandstorm, you can just sit and hide. One of the problems with Rubik sometimes is you'll steal a spell, you need to be up close. And you kind of tank a lot of damage, so you end up trying to run away. Sandstorm can help you run away. Burrow Strike, again, has a massive AoE stun. It helps you go over terrain to escape. It is a really, really good spell. And if you've got a Scepter, it's just insane. Phoenix. Everybody wants to steal the egg with Phoenix. Everybody wants to steal the egg. And what people don't realise, who don't play Phoenix, is that I play Phoenix a lot. If I'm playing Phoenix, I'm going to let you steal the egg. Because if you don't have Fire Spirits, a Radiance, a Shiva's Guard, and a lot of other ways to get AoE stuns off, your egg is going to die. So if you steal Phoenix's egg, it's an automatic kill me button. You don't have to hit Phoenix's egg that many times. Okay, so if you've got a Scepter, which you're probably going to have as a Rubik, you've got 13 hits. If you don't have a way of slowing the enemy's attack speed or causing them to miss, that's not a lot of hits. That's basically the... I mean, most late game cores, like Drown Ranger, Sniper, they're going to hit like at least 4 times a second. They could kill your egg solo, no problem. So don't try and steal the egg. What you want to steal with Phoenix is Fire Spirits, because Fire Spirits has this massive AoE slow. This massive AoE attack speed slow, so it stops people killing you or killing your allies. So that's mostly why I mentioned Phoenix. Dive is okay, Sunray is okay, but just don't try and steal Supernova. Unless you've got some really good way of locking them down during your Supernova, don't bother. Meepo is okay. Poof is kind of worthless. You could get Geostrike. Nyx is amazing, because Vendetta's okay, it's not great, it's going to help you escape. Spike Carapace is going to help you stun somebody who's chasing you. Mana Burn's always good. Impale, again, just like Lion, it's a big AoE stun. Crystal Maiden, you want to steal her ult. Her ult is amazing.
Who calls the Crystal Maiden?
She's probably going to come out of her ult and immediately cast Crystal Nova or Frostbite. But the thing is, if you steal either of those, they're both really, really good spells. They're both really good. So, next we've got Invoker. Literally everything you can steal from Invoker is really good. Just be careful not to, like, break your own team's initiation with a tornado. Cottle, again, he's pretty solid. Literally everything you can steal off Cottle is good. Everything you can steal off Shakiro is good. Everything you can steal off Leshrac is good. Now, Lena, again, people always want to steal her ult. Don't feel bad if you can't. Her ult does 850 damage to a single target. But Dragon Slave is an 8-second cooldown that does 320 damage to everybody. So chances are you're going to get that twice. So there's 640 damage you're going to do to everybody. So again, people tend to play Rubik early on and look for what's my best steal. What single spell do I want to steal? You shouldn't look at it like that. You should look at it. What heroes, if I fail the steal, will I still get something good? Because at your MMR, you are going to keep failing steals, and as you get higher MMR, you are going to get to a point where people deliberately cast a spell afterwards to stop you stealing the good one. Okay, Necro, everything's good. Ogre Magi, he kind of sucks without multicast, but everything's still pretty solid. It's okay. Oracle, everything's good. OD, not sold, but yeah, everything's okay. So all these guys are going to be, yeah, Techies is great. Witch Doctor, yeah, that's amazing. You want to steal his Death Ward, but Maledict, Voodoo Restoration, or Paralyzing Cask are all pretty sweet. So you see the point here. Like, literally, every single one of these heroes that because they've got 2-star in Nuka, and 1-star in Disable, every single one of these, if you fail to steal, well, almost all of them, maybe not Earth Spirit, because he needs his remnants to be useful, but almost all of these guys, if you fail to steal the OP spell, you still get a really good one. And if we change to 1 Nuka, to 1 Nuka and 2 Disabler, we get kind of the same thing. They're very similar. Beastmaster, his ult's amazing. Axes, his whirling axes are pretty good. Again, Doom's one that people always want to steal.
The 7 hells hunger.
So Doom, Doom is what you want to steal, but it's amazing. It's amazing if you steal it. But these are all good too. They're not amazing, but they're okay. I mean, Scorched Earth, increased movement speed. Who's gonna complain at that? You, not me. And Infernal Blade. I don't think you can steal that actually. Not too sure about that. Dragonite again. Okay, we'll skip Dragonite. Earthshaker, yeah, he's amazing. You want to steal his ult, but are you really going to be...
Time to paint the battlefield red.
Are you really going to complain if you steal a Fisher? It's so good. Legion Commander's one you want to avoid. You're almost always going to lose if you win a duel. If you do a duel. And do you really want extra damage as a Rubik? You don't want damage. Again, I'm going to quickly skim over these because Magnus, yeah, his ult's amazing. It's one you really want to focus on, but you'll get good spells either way. Night Stalker, he's okay. Pudge is amazing if you know how to play him. If you know how to hook, you're all good. Steel hook, it's insanely good. Sven, if you've got a scepter, Sven is actually an insanely good hero to steal from, because what he's going to do, what you really want Sven to do is Warcry, Stormhammer, and then God Strength, and then you can steal God Strength, because the scepter bonus on God Strength gives 125% bonus damage to whoever you're with. If you're standing next to a Drow Ranger or a Sniper with 125% bonus damage, that's amazing. This is why, to be honest, it's one of those things. Nobody ever gets that on Sven. Nobody ever gets the scepter on Sven. But if you're a Rubik and you steal that, that's insane. You just give like your Sniper and Drow Ranger. In fact, at low MMR, that's going to be totally broken, because you're going to have 4 cores on your team, and you just give them all more than a double damage room, which is insanely good. Tide, again, another one you want to focus stealing his ult, but these Anchor Smash and Gush are still pretty good. Gush is minus armor. Minus armor is always good. Minus armor and 40% slow. Can't argue with that. So yeah, but you get the theme here. All of these guys, if you fail to steal the amazing spell, you will still steal something that's at least good. So let's switch to your Dota buff now, and we'll talk about specific instances. We'll look over the matches you played and like why you won or lost, based on the pick screen. So this is the most recent one you won. Okay, so Storm, yeah, he's got really good steals. Axe is okay, although if you're gonna steal, I've got to say this because I've seen Axe in a lot of your games, and you want to steal Berserker's Call with Axe, but you then want a Force Staff. And what your plan would be is to blink in on steal Berserker's Call, blink on somebody like a Sniper who's easy to kill if he's out of position. You blink on the Sniper, Berserker's Call him, and then you Force Staff yourself towards your team. And then because he's Berserker's Call, he'll then run towards your team, which doesn't work the way Axe uses it, but it's still really good. But you just need this. It's one of those skills where you need this blink and a Force Staff to be able to really use it effectively. Slardar, he's pretty solid. You can give, if you steal his ult, you can give True Sight. You steal his stun, you've got a nice AoE stun. Viper's pretty good because his spells aren't amazing, but you know you're always going to get his ult, which is okay. It's like, I mean, it's not the best ult to get, but you know what you're going to get every time. Morana, she's got a solid nuke, she's got a solid stun, and if you steal Moonlight Shadow, you can set up a gank with it. It's pretty good. So the reason you were able to contribute in this game is because these guys gave you good spells. So again, we've got the X is on your team this time. He's so popular at the minute. Huskar's probably a bit of an iffy one because the only thing you can get from him is a heal. So maybe if you steal his ult, you're gonna end up out of position and you're gonna die. Bloodseeker's pretty good. At high MMR games, usually people will counter the rupture, although they'll at least stand still. Whereas if you rupture somebody at your MMR, people are just going to keep running and kill themselves. So that's probably a really good one. Again, Viper, easy steal. Shadow Shaman, he was one of the ones I had on my list of, like, if you don't steal the amazing spell, you're still going to get something good. Spirit Breaker, yeah, you're going to get a pretty solid nuke out of him, and if you get charge, it's a good way to stun a single person and catch up just long enough to allow somebody else to set up. So yeah, these guys, I mean, it's not the best Rubik lineup, but they all give you something reasonable. So, Lost Match. So, Lich Ult in this case. Lich Ult's really good, but the trouble is, it's kind of the only amazing spell in this game, and you've got a Drow Ranger. She's going to position herself way back. You've got a Naga Siren. So until this guy's got Scepter, which he did get eventually, until this guy's got Scepter, she's going to waste it on her illusions. The Bounty Hunter's probably going to be invisible, so it's not going to bounce to him. So you're a ranged hero, so chances are you're going to be spread out a bit. The Luna's a ranged hero, she's going to be spread out a bit. So this isn't an easy game for the Lich to get an ult. Yeah, sure, if he gets a Berserker's Call into Lich ult, it's going to do a lot of damage to whoever's caught in it, but outside of that situation, the Lich ult's not going to be good. And if we look at the way you could use the Lich ult, again, this guy is going to be insanely fast in a team fight. If he pulls the aggro, he's just going to run away. Sniper's going to be too far back. This guy's going to be magic immune. It's just not going to... You don't really have a way to force them to group up. Lich is going to be too far back as well. It's just, you don't have a way to get a good Lich ult. So Axe, just like before, if you steal, really the only useful steal you get from Axe is Berserker's Call, and you need a Force Staff to be able to use it properly. You don't have one. Bloodseeker's kind of okay. The thing is, I don't think Bloodseeker's a reliable one to steal from, because if you steal Blood Rage, even most Bloodseekers use Blood Rage wrong, especially at your MMR, so I don't think that's the best idea. If you steal his Silence, it's too delayed, it's not reliable to go off. Again, Sniper, his stuff shit anyway. Life Stealer, his stuff shit. You could, I mean, what are you going to do? You can't really steal Infest and then do an Infest bomb on someone, because you're then going to be in the middle of a team with an Axe and you're just going to die. So there was no way you could contribute effectively to this game. It's just not going to happen. So again, we're going to Axe. You've got to play it. You've got to play it the Force Staff route. Wraith King, he's pretty good because he's got this reliable stun, and it's his only spell. So every single time you steal from Wraith King, most Rubiks forget to steal from Wraith King because he's not really a spellcaster. But what you need to remember is you're always going to steal a reliable stun with Wraith King. So don't forget to steal from Wraith King. Mirana again, pretty good steals there. Pudge, his only really good steal you can take is Hook, which you need to be able to hook. You're probably not going to be able to hook. I mean, hooking this guy, it's going to go bad for you. If you hook this guy, it's going to go bad for you. If you hook this guy, he's just going to kill you. So there's 3 people on this team where if you do actually get Hook, they're just going to turn around and kill you. So this is kind of, again, the Mirana in this game is really the only person you've got anything good to steal from. Everyone else is terrible. Okay, okay, nothing good. Invokers, yeah, kind of brilliant. I mean, this guy's gone. Oh, Ags. Ags into Octarine, that is not the build for a low-level Invoker. It's a good build on Invoker, but do you really trust a 1k MMR player to invoke another spell every few seconds? I don't. So again, Bloodseeker. I don't think Bloodseeker's kind of really the hero for this, because again, if you cast Rupture in the middle of a fight, now Phantom Assassin's probably already going to be on the top of you, killing you. Invoker, if he's quick, he's just going to Ghost Walk and then stand and wait there. You don't have Thirst to chase him. Probably kill a Bloodseeker pretty quick. Sven, he's just going to stand there and hit you. And Sniper, you're not really going to get vision of him until he's already killing you. So, also, the Sniper, he has range on you. He's not going to really, when you Rupture someone, you need them to run away, or you need to force them to move somehow, and you're not going to get that a lot with a Sniper. Unless you get the initiation, it's not going to happen. And the thing is, if you're stealing Rupture, the fight has already started. So, you're never going to get the initiation with Rupture. So, this is kind of... You've only got one hero that's got really great steals in this game. You've got two that are okay. This just wasn't a Rubik game. And your team, did you guys rage quit? I'm going to go through all these losses and just point out the point of why you lost it from the pick screen. Okay, so Slark, he's kind of okay. You can steal something good to escape with, but otherwise it's not really going to have a lot of teamfight impact with... I suppose you could kind of steal Pounce and stop someone running from Drow, but it puts you... To make that work, you need to put yourself in the middle of an enemy team that has an Ursa and a Lifestealer, which is probably going to get you killed. Again, Spirit Breaker, the only really good way... you can steal Charge, but it's going to put you in the middle of an enemy team that's going to get you killed. Lion, yeah, insane steal. Ursa. I feel if you steal Ursa's ult, all you're going to do is buy you time until you die. If you steal Overpower, you're going to hit like a wet noodle really fast, which is pointless. Again, Lifestealer, just pointless. So there's only really one guy who had good steal, not a Rubik game. Same again, nothing good. Only good if you can hook, and let's see who you can hook. You hook PA, she's going to kill you. You hook Phantom Lancer, he's going to kill you. Pudge would probably kill you if you hook him. There's some pretty good steals from Leshrac, that's going to be okay. And an Invoker. Did this game go long? This game went reasonably long. You can kind of tell that there's two heroes with okay steals here. Okay, what we got here? Drow. There is nothing useful you can steal from Drow. That's not true. You could steal her silence, and you can kind of reliably steal the silence, but I don't think it's really enough. It's kind of... He doesn't care if he's silenced. He doesn't care if he's silenced. You're not going to kill that guy quickly, even though he does care if he's silenced. Drow doesn't really care if she's silenced either, so... And it gives knockback, and Drow wants to be far away from you, so all you're going to do is help her get better positioning if you silence her. So Clockwork kind of has good spells to steal in some cases, but if you steal Cogs, for example, you don't want to be locked in with this guy, you don't want to be locked in with this guy, and you don't want to be locked in with this guy. So if you steal Cogs and you lock one of these in, or probably even Clockwork in, they're just all going to kill you. So it's probably not the best way to go about things. If you did steal Cogs, I think in a lot of games what you need to consider is, do I want to be trapped in close quarters with this hero? If the answer's no, what you're usually going to want to do is, if you catch somebody who's too far up, you use Cogs to stop his team getting in to save him. You don't really use it to catch someone yourself. Okay, next. So, Jewel, absolutely pointless. Witch Doctor's pretty amazing. He's got amazing steals for Rubik. His ult's totally OP. The stun is brilliant. The heal is brilliant. Maledict is brilliant. Dragon Knight, all he's really got that you really want to steal is the Breathe Fire, which is good but not amazing. Weaver's good, but he's almost always going to get a Lincoln's like he did this game. So he's going to be really, really hard to steal from. And the only thing you really want to steal from him is the bugs. Because if you steal his ult, what are you going to do as a Rubik? You're not tanky. You don't have the speed to the fact that the ult will put you back in a big different position, so you're not going to be able to follow up with an escape. It's just not. Sakuchi will get you in the middle of an enemy team like this guy, and this guy that will just blow you up. So Sakuchi's going to be pointless. This guy's steals are okay. I mean, the Corrosive Haze is pretty good, and his stun is pretty good if somebody gets on top of you. But again, they've got to get on top of you, and you don't want to be on top of them in this lineup. So really the only hero that had good steals in this game was the Witch Doctor. His steals are good, but you've got to be able to skill shot them. Kunkka. I mean, I don't want to focus too much on one game because I think your main problem was like picking Rubik in the wrong games. But I think if you do find you're playing against Kunkka and you can't, he's kind of like Pudge. You need to know how to play Pudge to play Rubik well when you steal Pudge's spells. Kunkka's the same thing. You need to be able to time things well with. It's not as dependent on knowing the hero, but all of his spells basically require knowledge of their timings. So if you end up playing against him a lot as a Rubik, go play Kunkka for a couple of games just to practice him. So Lion's pretty amazing. Darkseer's okay. I mean, his spells are good to steal, but they're not great. They kind of rely on combos. Like, you've got to do wall into vacuum, which you're not going to be able to do as a Rubik. You can steal a wall, and a wall is going to stop somebody running up high ground past the wall, but you can't force them to run through it like you can, like Darkseer can. So they're okay, but they're not great. Batrider's okay. All of his spells are kind of okay. The problem with stealing Batrider's spells is they're balanced around the fact that you're going to lasso someone and then drag them through the fire, and the fire is going to do additional damage because of the sticky napalm stacks, and basically. Batrider's reliant on comboing 3 of his skills at least, and you can't do that as a Rubik. His lasso is a good spell to steal. If he's kind of like Axe, you need a Force Staff because you blink in, you lasso someone, you Force Staff out, and that instantly gets somebody out of position. But unless you have a Force Staff, all you're going to do is blink lasso, and then you're going to move him this tiny little bit. It's not worth it. So. Consider that in a lot of your Rubik games, actually. A Force Staff would be pretty good, but... Okay, so... Unless you have a Force Staff, this guy's steals aren't great. Ricky... You're never going to be able to steal anything good from Ricky. His Smoke Cloud is good. But the trouble with Ricky, he's going to initiate on you because you're the squishy support. He's going to jump you, he's going to silence you, and then either he's going to kill you, or by the time you've walked out the Smoke Cloud, he's going to be invisible again and you can't steal anything. And if you steal his ult, it's pointless. So the only really good steal in this game was Lion. Then there was some sort of mediocre steals. So, last one you lost that I'm going to go through. And then we're going to look at one of the wins. I think we'll just pick another one of the wins. So, okay. Nothing good here. Because Monkey King is never a good hero for a Rubik, because all of his spells rely on the other spells to work. He needs Jingu Mastery to get decent damage. His ult just hits like a wet noodle without it. You could get right-click modifiers to make that useful, but you're going to need, like, you'd need Basher, you need Skadi, you need Mjolnir, and these are items you're never going to get on a Rubik, and if you do, you deserve to get reported. Ricky, same thing as before. He's probably just going to blink, silence you, and then you can't either you die or he just walks away in bits. Invoker's good. Witch Doctor's good. I guess this game went on. Probably should have gone a little bit better, but part of the problem I think with this game is one of the best guys you want to steal from is the Witch Doctor, but Witch Doctor's ult will not target invisible units. This guy can go invis, this guy can go invis, and this guy can sit out of vision in trees. So you're going to have a real hard time locking this guy. And what? He has two... Okay, this guy actually went Glimmer Cape and Shadow Blade. That was actually totally ridiculous. So he can make himself invisible and one other guy. Yeah. So if you steal his ult, it's going to do nothing. The cask isn't going to target invisible units or units it can't see. So it's kind of... This team has countered Witch Doctor's Witch Doctor. So if you steal anything from Witch Doctor, it's going to be pointless. So yeah, he's still got the heal and the maledict, which are okay steals, but you can't steal anything great from him. So you're just reliant on stealing stuff from the Invoker this game. So I suspect if I were to watch this back, it wouldn't surprise me if I see you steal the Witch Doctor ult and be really happy you've got a Witch Doctor ult and it's going to be really good, and then all these guys just go in viz and nothing happens. So let's look at 25-minute duration. You won this in 25 minutes. Okay. It's going to be... Okay, you shouldn't have won this game. That's a terrible example. You really shouldn't have won that game. I'm guessing that's down to somebody else. You're not going to win that game as a Rubik. Your other supporting could have been good, but... What? Okay. So, okay, Sven, if you have an axe, is an amazing steal. Oh god, it's a rapier again. You won... God, if you... This was 3v... Did everybody abandon this game? Okay, we've got to find a good example of a one Rubik game. Okay, looks like there isn't any. Apart from the first two. Okay, so I hope you get the point there, that for the large part, this is all of your Rubik games were won or lost based on the pick screen. What you need to do is look for these heroes that even if you're not going to get a good steal, how am I going to get an okay spell? And this is how. Look at the Nuker and Disabler stars. So don't first pick Rubik. You never want to first pick Rubik. He's a fun hero to play, but if you first pick him, if the enemy team are smart, they're going to avoid picking stuff that are good steals for Rubik. So wait until there's at least one or two here, preferably two heroes that have got good steals. If you have a game that has, I don't know, Invoker, Crystal Maiden already picked, then pick Rubik. But otherwise you've got to wait a little. So I do feel, well, I could have done your coaching based on like individual games and stuff. I think the fact that every single one of your Rubik games was lost on or won on the pick screen, it is kind of why I thought it's probably best to do it this way. I hope you find this useful. I hope this has helped you. Please let me know if you try this out with a bit more thought in the picking, and you're still struggling, and I'll do a game specific one. But I think because all these were won or lost on the pick screen, this would be more useful to you. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Bye bye guys.